Welcome to Rediscover the Verde Valley. I'm Christian Oliva Del Rio with the Cottonwood Chamber of Commerce. With me today is my buddy, my pal, my lifelong chum, Michelle Masters.
Hello.
And I'm excited about this show. You're our Director of Tourism, and you've done some exciting things over the last couple of years that you've been with us.
Thank you.
And I'm so happy to be able to share you with the viewers.
Thank you.
Month,
I'm excited to work with the Cottonwood Chamber of Commerce and all the amazing tourism supporters that we have in the community.
Right. We've got a really good community of
Verde
partners
Valley.
out there.
Yep, we do. We absolutely
Everybody
do.
working together.
That's kind of been the theme for the last couple of years.
It's awesome. Yeah.
Everyone's just like grabbed hands and jumped at this together.
It's great.
Whee!
So Michelle, tell me a little bit about your background, where you're from.
Okay.
You know.
I'm from the Midwest, which you may be able to hear in my voice.
Right.
The upper Midwest.
Right.
Wisconsin specifically.
Yeah.
And I've always been in hospitality.
Right.
A lot of restaurant work.
Yeah.
And that in sales. Public relations.
Some marketing.
Yeah, marketing,
right,
a little,
kind
you
of.
know, I've jumped around a little bit, although I've stayed at jobs a pretty long time, but always been the same theme.
Yeah.
Kind of just bringing enthusiasm
Right.
into whatever it is I need to do.
Absolutely, yeah. Because
sharing with people, letting them know this is a great place to eat, a great
Right.
place to stay, a great place to go on vacation.
Absolutely. So we took full advantage of that and
Thank you.
grabbed you away. So how long have you been in the Verde Valley?
I've been here 5 years.
Yeah.
And it seems like longer because it's just so easy to absorb and just so easy to slide into.
That's one of the things about the Verde
Yeah.
Valley. Once you get here, you feel like you've been here forever, right? It
Right.
kind of just
very inviting.
Right.
Yeah, you just settle and
It's
there
got
you
great
go.
energy.
Right.
So
It
cool.
does.
So what brought you here?
You know, I was just at a place in my life where a change was an okay thing.
Yeah.
I wasn't actively looking for it.
Right.
I got a job offer.
You actually were here on vacation, weren't you?
I was on vacation, met somebody who offered me a job.
Yeah.
And I thought, you know, if it happens like that, it's meant to be.
Yeah.
So I packed it up and moved to Cottonwood.
Right. You know, but that's kind of one of the neat things about this area is that I think a lot of people have started that way.
I'm
they
told
came
you're
to
brought here.
visit, right? And then you just naturally want to stay here.
Yeah.
So
It wanted me to come back.
yeah. So you worked for the casino.
Cliff Castle
and
Casino,
for
I did.
How many years you were there?
I was there for 3 years. I
Right.
was in sales and public relations.
Right.
And then I was also at the hotel for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was excellent. That's where I first met you when we
Yes.
were doing things with the wine trail and doing the wine barrel auctions. And
We had
all that.
a wine event there
Right,
in November,
right.
back in the day, and that's where I met you and
Yeah.
Lana and Lori,
Right.
and all the shakers and movers that
Right.
were so into the wine industry, even before everyone knew how great it was going to be.
Right.
Yeah.
And see, and that was another one of the partnerships that formed early on, right? Because you were
Yes.
kind of taken under their wings, right?
They did.
Lana
They came in and they were so happy to have someone there.
Mm-hmm.
The position hadn't been filled in a while.
Right.
And they saw the advantage of it. Cliff Castle used to, like I said, they had a wine event.
Right.
So
Absolutely.
what better place to have the wine barrel
Sure.
auction,
Right.
which was so important back in the day.
It was.
And it will be again.
Generated a lot of
Yeah.
great revenue for the
of
whole
great
wine
attention,
trail
right.
and money to the viticulture program through the college as well,
Right.
which was
Southwest
huge,
Wine
so-
Center was a recipient
Right. Right.
of
So,
Yavapai College was.
fast forward, and 2 years ago, I was able to meet with you and snag you away. I'm sorry.
Well, I feel blessed. I feel like I was the winner on that one.
Yeah, and so we had a pretty interesting journey. You know, we huge learning experience, learning curve, as you would say. But I think the nice thing was that you already had established a lot of the connections that you had with the Office of Tourism. So it really made it was a natural fit, natural transition.
Right.
But we had to learn some things, right? We struggled a little
We
bit.
did. We learned together.
Right.
But it was a blessing to have like Lana and Lori
Right.
and Teresa and Ashton all
Right.
make sure I was on board
Right.
with tourism and get Cliff Castle Casino and myself
Right.
as a result
Right.
involved. So it was, I did know the shakers and the movers,
Yeah.
whether they be in Phoenix or up here. I got to know the whole wine industry because of our wine festival that we held in November.
Right.
So it was kind of an easier transition than if I had just been walking in cold. So
Right.
I had a lot of help. I had a lot of support.
Right.
You know, pick up that phone and they answered.
It was great. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
the folks around here answered.
Again, that's one of the
Yeah.
things that I love about this area is everybody steps up and helps.
They do.
We're all
And they do
after
it with a
the-
smile.
The same thing, right?
Yeah.
So what we learned early on was we did a lot of like media and travel shows, right?
We did.
So what were some of the hot areas that?
Well, we did the retail shows in Chicago and Los Angeles, and then we also went to one in San Diego. Those were the actual travel shows. We went to the ABA, which was for chartered buses.
Right.
That was in Cleveland. And then some of our partners go to the NTA every year, which I think we're going to go to this year finally, from the other side of the table.
Right. And so what is the ABA and the NTA? So we know those
they do charters.
Bus tours,
They're bus tour.
Right? Bringing groups.
Yeah, they're big
people.
conferences that focus on what area do we want to bring our charter buses to visit.
Sure.
And they are now realizing that this is definitely legitimate, a legitimate place to come and spend a couple of days. It can be part of the Arizona trip rather than just driving into Sedona for the afternoon and then driving up to the Grand Canyon. Now they're going to come to the Verde Valley, hopefully.
So one of the things we need, right?
Yes,
we need a convention center.
We need a big hotel.
And, casino,
although we have great hotels.
Absolutely, we do. We have awesome hotels, and the casino is one that can actually accommodate some of those people.
Absolutely,
which is great. But
and their new hotel's beautiful.
Right, and we're looking to do better with that. So one of the interesting things, I'm looking at some of our stats here, and you know we attended Canada, Toronto, Los Angeles, San Diego, Tucson, Denver. We've had 60, 80, over 200 different journalists and media people that you meet at those shows. So give me a little glimpse into that quick.
Right, at a media marketplace, for instance, and we did have one in Denver just recently, the most recent. Right. What the Arizona Office of Tourism will do is they'll invite anywhere from 10 to 50 journalists in for the media marketplace.
Right.
And the larger groups generally come in the larger cities, or if there's an event around it like the IPW.
Right.
And then we have one-on-ones. I chat with them, I tell them.
So it's like speed dating.
It is like speed dating. That's the ABA and NTA. I really like speed dating. You sit there and they sit down and you have a minute and a half.
Right.
Or 3 minutes or whatever. But you basically just give them your spiel about why they should come to the Verde Valley. And then we've got thumb drives for them.
Yeah.
On the thumb drives will be our video and our visitor's guide, a digital version of it, and get a card, and we make connections, and then they call us, we call them, they come back.
Right.
Stay a couple of days, and then they write a great article for us in like the New York Times or
that's excellent. So
London Financial Times, and we've gotten very lucky with some of the bigger publications, Chicago Trib.
That's excellent. And we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll talk about some of the journalists and fam tours.
Fam tours are great.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Come back. See us.
Okay.
This is Bruce Morrow, Transportation Manager for Cottonwood Area Transit. Remember, we cover the entire Verde Valley and Sedona. Cottonwood Area Transit has you covered wherever you want to ride in the Verde Valley, all day, every day. Take Cottonwood Area Transit through Clarkdale, Verde Village, and from 26 locations in Cottonwood. With Verde Links, it's a quick and easy trip to Sedona every day. Don't forget our connectors to Camp Verde. Visit cottonwoodaz.gov for Cottonwood Area Transit and take a seat. Let's go ride.
There are people who struggle with addiction and homelessness. Sometimes it may feel like there is nothing we can do to help.
But there is. You can make a tax-deductible donation and help those in need transition away from homelessness.
When you give someone a handout, you could actually be supporting an addiction.
A better life starts with better health, especially for those living in the streets.
Support solutions, not addictions. You can make a difference. Visit cottonwoodcares.com.
Welcome back to Rediscover the Verde Valley. I'm Christian Oliva Del Rio with the Cottonwood Chamber, and again with me is Michelle Masters, Director of Tourism, who's also with the Cottonwood Chamber of Commerce.
Absolutely.
And so we were talking at break about fam tours, journalists, travel writers, the media shows.
Absolutely.
And so this is due in part because of our media and marketing that we've been doing over the years, but also our very strong connection to the Arizona Office of Tourism.
Absolutely.
And so explain a little bit about how that works. How do we get writers, fam tours? What is a fam tour?
A fam tour is a familiarization tour, and it's usually a group of people, like let's say concierges from the Valley,
right,
or journalists from Mexico, or travel and tourism people from a specific country or countries.
Right.
Then they go back to Germany and Italy and England and France, and they tell all their writers and all their tourism people what we do here, what we have to offer in the Verde Valley.
Right.
And one of the first FAMs we did, which was wonderful, was the Arizona Office of Tourism.
Right.
And when they got up here, and they were a newer group because they had just recently had a turnover.
Right, right.
When they got up here and saw what we had to offer, they were so excited. You know, they're tourism people. They were they're enthusiastic.
Right, and they see the beauty that we see.
They see the water, the river, the wine, all the possibilities. Old Town Cottonwood with its cuisine and its charm.
Right.
All of our destination drivers. We have so many destination drivers from Jerome all the way to Sedona.
So that's one of our the uniqueness of our valley, right? Is there's so much to do, and we're so close to each other community. Within 20 miles, 20-minute drive, you can be in Sedona in the Red Rocks, and then you can go to Camp Verde and see the fort and the ruins and things, and then you can come to Cottonwood and do the river. It's amazing.
It's 10 minutes into Clarkdale to see the Copper Art Museum, the train, and kayak.
Right.
I mean, and then another 10 minutes up the hill to Jerome for all the wonderful things Jerome has to offer.
You've got your day trips, and that's a lot of the interest too, is getting a lot of the people coming from the valley and coming up here, spending a day or even spending the weekend is what we would rather they do. But
and that's really the kind of the way I look at my job, is that not only do I want to get them here, but I want them to realize how much we have to do. And if I had a dime for every time I heard them say, "We're here to do the wine trail."
Right.
Well, where are you staying tonight? Oh, we're going back.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm in my office giggling. No.
No.
We want them to understand that not only do we have the wine trail, but Old Town, and it's a
the wine trail may get them here, but it's everything else that we have to offer that's amazing and keeps them here.
Right. That's absolutely. All of our destination drivers. I mean, just to visit everything that we have to offer, you need to be at least here 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
This has become a vacation destination rather than a day trip.
We'll still take the day trips, right? We want people to come up and realize there's so much more, and then come back the following weekend.
Absolutely. It's such a short drive, really.
Right.
Arizona standards.
It is, absolutely.
It really is.
So, again, looking at our stats, we've had over 40 travel writers and journalists in the area. And
the AOT did a very good job of spreading the love of how much they really felt wonderful about the Verde Valley. They sent everybody here.
Right. So can you kind of give me a day in the life of a travel writer when he comes to Cottonwood? He or she comes and visits you.
What we have been doing is meeting at Alcantara.
Right.
And then we go to the river, and we do the water to wine tour, which is huge.
Yeah.
And a lot of times it does depend on what they write about, though. If they're writing about cuisine and adventure, then that's what we do.
Right. They kind of come in with an agenda.
They come in with an agenda. There are some that come in with an agenda for historics, and then we take them to the parks, obviously, and the monuments. Then we go to Old Town, and have a great lunch somewhere, and then we have an agreement that we get them for 2 hours in Old Town.
Right.
So after they've enjoyed a wonderful lunch. They wander around a bit. Sometimes I lead them. Sometimes somebody from the Arizona Office of Tourism does. Sometimes if it's a bigger group, sometimes we have 13, 14 people.
Right.
We split them up and send them on one side of the street and back up the other.
Right. And in some cases, we're able to get them to go see a show at the Blazing M, or we're able to get them a trip on the train.
If they stay overnight, they get the train. They get Blazing M out of Africa.
Right, or a quad ride or something with the Arizona Off-Road Tour.
Yep, absolutely.
So we had over 40 plus of these guests to our area. With a media,
over $500,000 worth of marketing value, media value.
How do I get that job?
Advertising.
I mean.
I know, to be a
right.
I know. Well, I don't know. Figure out how to write for a publication
I gotta learn
that's
how to write
worth
first, right? So because we were able to take them and show them our hospitality and show them our valley, we're getting
so much back. I mean,
so much back. It's incredible.
A lot of the vendors either give us a very, very good deal on what we're doing, or it's free.
Right.
And the little bit that we actually have to pay, which is in our budget,
is very worth it.
It's very worth it. I mean, it's pennies, it's peanuts on what we get in return.
Right. Right.
So
that's excellent. So we have a spectacular working relationship with the Arizona Office of Tourism.
Absolutely.
And they do a lot for the entire state of Arizona.
They do.
And promoting to other countries. We've actually had several, I guess, Office of Tourism counterparts in different countries, right?
Right.
From all over that have
The last FAM we had was exactly that. They were the tourism people.
Right.
And it was, I believe, 7 countries.
Wow. That's fun.
I know.
Yeah.
We had 10 people from 7 countries.
Isn't that great?
Canada and Mexico sent 2 because they're so big. They sent 1 from the north part of Mexico and then 1 from Mexico City.
Right.
And then Canada, 1 from the east coast and 1 from the west.
So another awesome program that the Office of Tourism offers is the Rural Co-op. Tell us a little bit about that.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
They do matching funds. They have a grant.
Right.
So, and each area that's considered rural, and we are, you know, we're not urban, is allowed to pick from a vast number. I mean, they probably had about 70 or 80 choices this year that you could pick from in different areas, whether it be digital or print or media. And you get to pick up to a certain amount of money, and they match that. So the full advantage is about $100,000, which we were very blessed to be able to do this year, because we developed an organization. We all got together, and it kind of happened organically and magically.
Partnership. The
CMC, which is the Cottonwood Marketing Cooperative.
Right.
And it consists of LaBelle's social media.
Right. We've been doing a lot of the great ads.
A lot of the great ads.
And the work.
A lot of the work
for us. Yeah.
Absolutely. The city.
Right.
The CDEC.
Yeah.
And the Chamber.
Right.
And Old Town Association.
Yeah, they've stepped up.
Yeah.
So it's a great program because we're able to pool our money and get a lot more bang for our buck.
It's true.
Right? And it really falls in line to what we've been preaching here, is that partnerships are key in this valley, and I love the way that we've all come together. We last year we came up, our marketing budget was $38,000 with this group.
Right.
We were able to get over $80,000 worth of marketing that way, and this year we're doing even more. Right.
It's right up there near $50,000.
Right.
Because everybody was able to contribute a little bit more, and we also branded ourselves. We decided, what do we want to look like in print? What do we want to look like online?
Smart for us to come together as a community and say, let's look at the same kind of and,
Absolutely.
And it's key. And Annabelle Sklippa, she's been amazing in helping us with this. So a local business.
Very local. Our website's done locally as well.
Right.
2 new websites.
Right. And we're going to go right into talking about websites as well. So think we're going to take a quick break.
All right.
And then we'll talk a little bit more about our social media, our digital marketing campaign that we're working on, okay?
And the Verde Valley Wine Trail.
Yeah. We are going to talk about the wine trail for sure. All right,
because it's exciting. There's exciting things happening.
Come back and see us in a minute.
This is Bruce Morrow, Transportation Manager for Cottonwood Area Transit. Remember, we cover the entire Verde Valley and Sedona. Cottonwood Area Transit has you covered wherever you want to ride in the Verde Valley, all day, every day. Take Cottonwood Area Transit through Clarkdale, Verde Village, and from 26 locations in Cottonwood. With Verde Links, it's a quick and easy trip to Sedona every day. Don't forget our connectors to Camp Verde. Visit cottonwoodaz.gov for Cottonwood Area Transit and take a seat. Let's go ride.
There are people who struggle with addiction and homelessness. Sometimes it may feel like there is nothing we can do to help.
But there is. You can make a tax-deductible donation and help those in need transition away from homelessness.
When you give someone a handout, you could actually be supporting an addiction.
A better life starts with better health, especially for those living in the streets.
Support solutions, not addictions. You can make a difference. Visit cottonwoodcares.com.
Welcome back to Rediscover the Verde Valley. Again, my name's Christian Oliva Del Rio. I'm the President and CEO for the Cottonwood Chamber. And with me again today is Michelle Masters. She's the Director of Tourism for the Cottonwood Chamber. So, we've been talking about some exciting things that we've been doing and been happening. But we talked earlier about the things that we learned, right? In our little experience here.
Right.
And we discovered that we need to go more digital, right?
Right. We were, really working it hard, hitting all the media events, hitting all the shows.
Yeah.
And it was really serving until we both realized that we were steering them back to websites that probably weren't up to snuff, as they would say, for this day and age, for everybody being as media savvy and digitally savvy.
Everything is done right there on your phone.
So we decided that we were going to slow down a little bit and maybe work a little bit smarter. And we redid the Verde Valley Wine Trail website.
Right.
We redid the Visit Cottonwood website, which is almost done. We're working on that.
Yeah.
Look for that first week of August.
Right.
We did a lot of nice upgrades on our Chamber of Commerce website.
Right.
And one thing that was very important that people like Lori Mayberry and Teresa and Ashton and Lano were so excited to do and never actually got to was to do a video of the Verde Valley that we could put on our website that would really attract people. And now in this day and age, you've got to have a video.
You've got to have everything.
So fate spoke, and it was time.
Yeah.
So we reappropriated our budget a little bit and figured out how can we do this?
Right.
What can we cut to do this? And it should be out in the next couple of weeks.
Right. That's excellent. And Larry Pittman, another local business and chamber member that put that video together.
And
That's
Miss
awesome.
Miranda's
Miss
agency
Miranda,
did our websites.
What could we do
without her?
I know. Miss Miranda's amazing.
We are very blessed to have so much local talent.
She just recently redid our logo as well.
Oh,
so
brand
we have
new
our
Visit
first
Cottonwood.
time have a Visit Cottonwood, Arizona logo.
Right.
So we're excited about that. But also, so the Verde Valley Wine Trail. Let's talk a little bit about that because really that's what is drawing a lot of people here. And again, how we discussed that gets them here, but then there's so much more to do when they get here. And that's what we're doing.
That's what we have to make sure we do is send them, then send them in the other directions.
Right.
The Verde Valley Wine Trail is really been rejuvenated for several reasons. One is the cooperative element is we have gone into cooperation with the Verde Valley Wine Consortium. We realized we both have the same goals.
Yeah.
We loved wine. We wanted people to enjoy Arizona wine, Northern Arizona wine in particular. So in combination with the consortium, we developed our new website, which has got a landing page, which is a printable map of the Verde Valley Wine Trail.
Shows them where all of the vineyards are and the tasting rooms.
And we have 23, by the way, now.
Right. That's amazing.
It's amazing. It was 17 about 3 months ago.
Right. Well, that's huge because that takes me into what I want to talk to you real quickly about here is that, we did a wine study with NAU, did a survey and they explored the entire state here to see what the economic impacts are from the wine industry, right? So a lot of people may not realize it, but there's a $56.2 million impact from the wine industry.
From the wine industry.
And it's just growing.
And it's actually, they just reported at GCOT, Governor's Conference on Tourism, which was last week, that number, they're waiting for the outcome, but that number they think is going to just fly.
Yeah.
In other words, that was a very conservative number at the time because it is in the last 8 to 12 months that, we applied for an AVA and they've got AVAs down south already.
Can you tell us what an AVA is?
It's an American Viticulture assignment.
Right.
So what that essentially is that Napa is an AVA.
Right.
Sonoma is an AVA.
Right.
Now we have Sonoyta and Wilcox.
Correct.
So we will have one, and on the bottle it'll say Verde Valley.
Right.
Which
so
means
they're grown here.
The grapes are grown here and bottled here.
Right. So that's amazing.
It is very amazing.
That's huge.
And so we're going to be identified like they would with Napa.
Right.
In other words, they'll say Verde Valley, and that means a region that grows incredible grapes and makes incredible wine.
Right. And the benefit to this is that we discovered also in this survey that you mentioned a couple other areas that grow grapes in the area, but the Verde Valley is just booming and competing very well because we have so much more to offer, right?
That's right. The AVAs down south, great wine.
Yes.
They have great fields of grapes. I mean, they have the
beautiful
farmland.
regions.
Yeah, beautiful region. But they don't have the destination drivers, or the Old Town,
to bring it,
or the monuments and the national parks and the state parks, the whole region that we've got, including the casino. I mean, we've got a lot of things to offer a lot of people.
Sure.
So they're more likely to come here because it's more than just a tasting room and grapes.
Right.
There's other
So
things to do.
hashtag Heart of Arizona Wine Country.
Absolutely.
Right? And vvwinetrail.com.
Absolutely.
Please check those things out. And we also have social media, Facebook page, Wine Trail, a lot of great events.
Instagram.
And yeah, so if
Visit
you're
Cottonwood,
interested in the wine industry and wanting to explore that, to check that out. We are working digitally, so
yes, and
it will pop up on your phone.
We are creating a new brochure in conjunction with the Wine Consortium.
Yeah,
and it's a passport program.
Right, that's exciting
for the Verde Valley Wine Trail. So you can
go
through it. You get a stamp at each one, and it never expires. So those of you in the valley or up north or wherever you happen to be, or even locally,
and you can come into the Cottonwood Chamber of Commerce and buy your wine glasses. That's a Verde Valley Wine Trail.
Absolutely, you can.
That's excellent. So what if people want to get a little bit more involved and in the know with tourism in the area? We have the Verde Valley Tourism Council. Right, which is a committee of the chamber.
Anybody can be a member of, and we meet once a month.
Yeah.
In fact, we're meeting right after this.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
For lunch.
We are meeting for lunch.
Yeah.
Locally, of course.
Right. But that's the fun thing about it, is you get to go to different places each month. We explore.
We pick different communities. We were in Clarkdale. Before that, we were in Camp Verde. Go to Jerome next.
Is there a specific day of the month that they meet, or is it? I mean, it's usually the last Friday of the month.
We were meeting on the second to last Friday of the month.
Right.
We've moved it now. We found Fridays have been difficult, especially in the summer. I think people like to, with this heat,
it's a little bit different.
Yeah.
So it might fluctuate,
and
we
do
can always
Wednesday
get
lunch
information
now.
from the Cottonwood Chamber office as well. So
check our websites.
And our website
we'll make sure it's posted on there, or give us a call.
What a concept, right?
I know. See, we have them now. We can now answer questions on our website. So just go to the website.
Right. That's great. So, another interesting thing that the Verde Valley Tourism Council kind of springed off for us anyways is the Sedona Verde Valley Tourism Council, right? So this is another area where working with partners has taken us to new levels, right?
Absolutely. This was started 11 years ago.
Right.
And it was that was also fueled by a grant, I believe.
Yes, it was actually.
From the AOT.
Right, right.
Arizona Office of Tourism. And it brought all the communities from Sedona, Jerome, Camp Verde, Clarkdale, all together.
Right.
Cornville, Cottonwood, etc. And we sat down together and recognized ourselves as a region.
Yeah.
That was the beginning of it, actually.
Huge. Right.
It was huge because we were all doing things independently.
Right.
And actually, we all know that, all boats rise with the tide.
Absolutely, yeah.
And it's as soon all do it together.
And the opportunities from that have risen. I mean, we're with Nat Geo.
Right. That was huge. That happened about 4 years ago, I believe.
Right.
And National Geographic came in, made us a designated ecotourism location.
Right.
We're on their website.
Yeah.
And then we now have our own website as well, which is kept really, really pristine by the company that works for the Sedona Verde Valley Tourism Council.
Yeah. So people can find out more. Visit cottonwoodaz.org.
Right.
Look for it coming this month. We'll do a huge grand opening for our
We
website.
And then and eventually the new video will be on there. You'll see our new logo.
Right.
So the new branding, the new look for
it's exciting,
Verde Valley and Cottonwood
times.
is going to happen very, very soon.
Sometime in September, we're going to do a revealing of the video, and it'll be open to the public. Please check out the websites, and you'll see information on that. Thank you for joining us. I wish we had more time. There's so many exciting things.
I could talk about
we
this
would
forever.
love to do this again. So, all right, folks. Thank you, and we'll see you next month.
Thank you.